Hi everyone, it's Dennis Youssef here from Inspired Growth Training, and we are here with the BDM Coach podcast show. Today, I've got someone that has been around our circles for a little while, and I feel honoured having Alicia all the way from WA. For those people that don't know WA, that is the opposite side of the world as far as anyone's concerned that lives in Australia. The most remote city in the world. Alicia, welcome on board.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, Dennis.
No, thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule. If anyone follows you on social media, they'll see that.
Always
Like,
doing something.
what time of the day do you start? Like, you're at the gym when I'm waking up in the morning.
Yeah. Yesterday I was up at 2 a.m. Normally it's around 3:30 our time. Today I slept until 6 though.
Ah, okay. That's why I didn't see anything this morning. So just
No.
so everyone gets a bit of an understanding, we are in a 3-hour time difference. So if I'm getting up at 6 o'clock, I'm seeing Alicia getting ready, going to the gym, and I think it's great.
Yeah, no, it's really good. I've definitely seen a change in just me. Just getting up and doing it. It literally I flicked a switch one day and said, I'm done. Let's go. Let's do it. So
Well
yeah.
done. Yeah, I definitely notice a difference when I do a gym workout early in the day versus in the afternoon. you know. So it is really important. So now, before we kick on, I need to ask you a question because I don't know if I'm going to continue on with this podcast or not.
Okay.
Tea or coffee?
Coffee. Coffee all day, every day. Every now and then I'll have a tea if there's no coffee available, but coffee.
Well done. That's okay. I'm okay with that. So you're approved. We will continue to move on and progress with this podcast recording. Now, for any of you people that are out there listening, this full video is also in the IGT Inner Circle. And if you're not part of the IGT Inner Circle, what do they need to do, Alicia?
Join. Make sure you answer the questions correctly. Otherwise, you won't get in. But you need to join. It's the best community, and you can just ask anything, and everyone's there to help you.
How many times have you heard us say that? Because that just rolled off your tongue.
A lot. I tell
Well,
everybody too, like when I meet people, other property managers in the industry, I say, join the inner circle. They answer the questions correctly.
yeah, yeah. And look, you can invite people in the group, right?
Yeah.
But they don't know that there's questions. They get the sneak peek. They've actually got to accept the invite and then, answer the questions. So that's why you always have to repeat that. So that's just an FYI, so you know. Okay, so who are you? Who do you work for? What's your position? Like tell us a little bit about yourself, Alicia.
Okay, so I currently work for Aquasun, which is a little family business south of Perth. Been there for about 2 years now, which is great. I have been in the real estate industry since I was 17,
Oh,
so 13 years now. And yeah, I fell into it, to be honest. Sorry, how I got into real estate. I fell into it. I had to leave school due to some major dental issues that had to be done at a certain growth time. Anyways, and then I got a job at a takeaway restaurant, and which was great, but definitely didn't want to stay there, and found a receptionist role, stayed there till I was 18, and then jumped into property management. So yeah, I in my current role at Aquasun, I started the portfolio from scratch just shy of 2 years now, which has been a massive learning curve for the business as well as myself. And yeah, I do everything from start to finish, new business, property management, I help with the sales. Yeah, pretty much an all rounder. Whatever's needed, I just jump in.
so so obviously you're doing the PM, the BM, you're doing the
Yeah,
BM, the BDM, the social media, you're doing everything,
yeah.
the leasing, helping sales. What's your favorite thing that you love about real estate?
I love it sounds really cheesy, but I genuinely love helping people. I find that everybody has a lot of people have bad associations with real estate agents, and there's the stigma. And I just want that I want to stop that. I want to show that there is a different side to real estate agents, and we're genuinely, most of us are there to help people, particularly in property management. So I love just helping people, whether that's the owners who need their property leased or have a situation, or if it's tenants that, you know, need to find a property. I just leased a property just before this to a lovely family because their daughter broke the leg and they've got nowhere to live because they can't carry her up the stairs. You know, so
Wow.
you just just genuinely helping people. In
Yeah.
terms of the actual day-to-day activities for real estate, I love the chase. I love the BDM side of it. I love um, give me a goal and I'll smash it out of the water. I love that. So yeah.
I think that's an important factor. You definitely can see that competitiveness in you. You know, now part of the IGT mastermind, and you're part of the IGT mastermind, right? So you
Yes.
are an IGT masterminder, right? As a lot of people that have been on the BDM Coach podcast show are part of as well. So it's really exciting to see these great results coming out. Now, when we started the mastermind, one of the deals was that there's going to be an award given out. You're the only person after our event that we did, the lead machine event. You're the only one that said, Dennis, you said you were going to give an award out. You didn't do it. Everyone else forgot, but the competitiveness of you, it shone through, right? I thought that was
Yeah.
really good.
Oh no, I'm so competitive. I always have been, and I definitely use it to a positive in my BDM role. And I set myself, you know, KPIs and targets. And that was a big reason why I joined the IGT mastermind, was because I wanted accountability. I want targets. I want all of that. Because without that, I just don't function. I'm not good without it.
I love that, and it does show. You turn up every time, even when it's a public holiday for Perth. You're there.
I will be there. I may be physically at a theme park with my children, but I will still be on the Zoom call no matter what.
Yeah, that's cool. So you've told us your position, you told us you're in Perth and stuff, and that's really cool. Now, what training have you been part of, or what training have you done to help you in your role? So yes, we know that you're part of the
Hmm.
IGT Mastermind, which is great, and I mean you're part of 3 mastermind groups. So you did the first one that we did. We're doing the IGT 2.0, and you're also part of the PM mastermind group, which, wow, that is like rocking the content as well, which is
Yeah.
but yes, so the growth one's better, but for you people out there listening, okay, the growth one.
It depends on your role. It depends on, you know, what you're doing. I love everything training. I never stop, which like yesterday there was a Zoom session with someone on setting goals and it was at 6:30 a.m. my time. I'm on that Zoom call. I am listening. I'm on everything. If I see anything, I jump on board. I haven't done any formal training necessarily, but I'm consistently listening to podcasts, to TikTok's a good one, you know, just to get people's day to day. But yeah, just everything and anything. So most of the time at the gym, I've got a podcast in, like Ashley's podcast, I'm always listening to. I love the one where she had Sky on there, and you know, messaging Sky as I'm listening to it. So yeah, everything. I'm never stopping. I'm one that if you're not learning, you know, you just, I always have to be growing. I always have to be doing something. If I'm not
Yeah,
doing
well done.
something, it's
So
not good.
you're actually listening to podcasts that are suitable to your business, your lifestyle, which is
Yeah.
great. Now, I mean, Sky Taylor's amazing. We've had Ash. Ash also has presented at our events a couple of times. She just recently spoke at our 2-day lead machine event that we did, and we've done a couple of podcasts with Ash. I think I was on one of her first recording actually. I need to go back and have a look, or it could be, yeah. Anyway, I'm getting confused. But you know, Sky, she's also an IGT masterminder, and she is also doing a recording. However, she's on holidays at the moment. But for
Yes.
those people listening in or watching out of the inner circle on the video, you will get to meet Sky soon. Now, so you're always about continued development, and that's really important. What do you think are the challenges that you're facing now, right? What challenges are you facing right now, and how are you overcoming that?
The challenges. Which is also a positive for the agents, is there's so many more little startup agencies around I'm guessing the world, but definitely around Australia. So you've got a lot more competition, and there's a lot more quality competition. Because typically the ones that do the startups are the standout property managers that, yeah, so I guess the competition in that aspect, but really I just show who I am, as an individual. That's where I use social media a lot, to put a face to the brand, and just, yeah, humanize the role. Another thing I have is obviously funds are tight for everybody with the cost of living. So that is definitely an issue with owners, as well as with tenants, as well as with trades. Trades want to be paid out instantly because they need the cash flow. Tenants sometimes are struggling with rent because, you know, just everyday living, or the
Mm.
biggest cost of actually transitioning housing is really expensive. So, and then again, owners, having to pay for the maintenance and pay for everything. So, funds and financials is definitely a problem. But I just find, um, bringing back the human element to it. So, like with our owners, we will offer to spread out the costs. The initial cost of leasing out your property is, up there a little bit expensive. So we can spread those out. Same with our contractors and with our tenants. So just trying to come up with a reasonable solution that is beneficial to all, instead of just saying, technically, this is what you're supposed to do. You have to do it by here. And yes, technically, legally, that is correct. But maybe just, finding out different ways to work in with everybody, because funds are tight for everybody. So just, yeah, having a bit of
I think that,
compassion.
yeah, look, I think that's really sound advice that you've given there. Like, so the cost of living you're noticing is becoming an issue, and a lot of people just scream, I'm getting all these cheap fees, cheap fees, cheap fees, but they're forgetting that yes, it is one of the most stressful times for a tenant when moving, and it is costly, right? And then you've got the burden on the owners, properties being vacant, spreading out those costs for marketing and the letting fees, etc. And just for you people listening, Perth is where some of the highest fees are being achieved as well. And maybe that's because of Darren Hunter's training, because that's where he started his training, was in Perth. He did some very heavy training over there. So congratulations, Darren, but I'm going to blame you. So and the tradespeople doing the works and spreading those costs out, etc., across the board for them. I think that's great. So I think that's and you're utilizing your social media that's helping you attract those right clients for you as well. You mentioned you're personalizing it, you're putting your face to it, the brand, and, being personable, that is brilliant. That trust factor, as you know, sounds like you've had some really good coaching. So
Oh, I think so.
congratulations to your coach. I'll have to reach out to Darren and Michael Sands for that.
Yes, no, you might have had something to do with it as well there, Dennis.
Maybe, but that's okay. I'm here for you, Alicia, not for me. So now, what do you think's been your biggest learning curve in your real estate, right? So a lot of the times when we're at conferences, now we didn't do an IGT conference this year as such, but one of the things that I get speakers to do, because Alicia, I don't want people jumping on stage and saying, life is so good. Wow, look at this. This is what you can do. I'm the type of mentor that wants you to talk about, this was really difficult. This is what we did to overcome it, and you can do it too. So what I'd like to know, what's been your biggest challenge in real estate, right? And how did you get through that? And what did you do to get through that?
So, in my current role, the biggest challenge has been selecting the right technology. We are onto our third property management software in 2 years. And it has been the biggest learning curve of not just jumping into something and what I was told was the product wasn't actually the product. And that happened twice, which definitely I should have done more homework and just really vetting things. So that has been an absolute issue that we have overcome now, and it's getting really, really good. And just Also, having, I guess, as a property manager, sometimes I forget that tenants or owners or contractors don't actually know real estate. They don't know the legislation. They don't know what's going to come. And sometimes I just assume that they do know, and just that I hadn't really thought about it. And then definitely since doing mastermind and the PM mastermind, but also the lead conference, of just I needing to over communicate to my clients, and that's all clients, because that it is a very stressful time, the cost of living, all of that we just discussed. So just having that open and above and beyond communication has worked wonders with me. And that also is the same thing with BDM. I've got a lot of new builds happening around me. So I've got a few clients I've connected with. So I drive by regularly, send them a photo, send them an update, just going above and beyond. I find by over communicating, I'm not then, it mitigates a lot of problems, but also shows that
Yeah.
you're going to say, but like, a market leader. I am giving them what they, what they want. They might not even know they want it, but it's what they
Yeah.
want. I did a BDM appointment yesterday, and the client had only just purchased the property 6 months earlier. I walked in and went, your smoke alarms aren't, I don't think they're compliant, because obviously I'm not an electrician, but straight there on the phone, took a video of what it is, what I think the issue is, sent it to my electrician. 15 minutes later, he confirmed it's not, and I've sent her through a price. So, and we don't even manage that property, but it's just that going above and beyond is definitely something. I think I just got complacent. As you do, being in a career for 13 years, you definitely, it's just like IGT has given me the kick up the bum to just bring that all back.
Um, thank you.
It really has.
I appreciate that. Like your passion is amazing, right? So there's a common quote that I've been saying to quite a few people is, a lot of the time what I see with people, Alicia, is your passion's waiting for you to catch up. Right now, you're in front of your passion, right? You're not jumping the gun, but you're out there blazing, doing the things. And I mean, to send a video to an electrician, showing them and maybe explaining the situation during the video, and then being able to confirm it, that saved the owner a call out fee as well, right? So that is brilliant, and you would have certainly impacted that owner through that, and you would have left a very good emotional mark on them. So that's so congratulations on that. I want to take a couple of steps back, and IGT, we're guides. Okay, we're just guides. You guys, you girls, people, real estate agents, you're the ones out there doing the hard work. We just like to guide you into a particular direction. I want to step back, because you're talking about this communication. What's some examples? You gave an example of a video message to a tradesperson, communication, and you're driving past people's homes that are getting built. How are you sending communication to them? Is that a text message, a phone call, an email? I want you to influence others for the better that are listening to these podcasts.
Yep. So I definitely do a lot of video messages because it's just easier. For example, yesterday I did a final bond inspection that I thought was going to be absolutely horrific. Turns out it was amazing. So I video called the owner there and then so she could physically see it. It's just that above and beyond. And she was expecting it to be terrible. She was expecting to have to spend a lot of money. Wasn't the case. So just having that, I do also create WhatsApp groups between multiple owners. So if I've got a property with 3 siblings as owners, or actually a couple and a sibling as owners, I just create one WhatsApp group so everybody can see everything. Just again, opening up that communication. I do whatever communication the clients like. I prefer video messages because it's quick and it's easy, or a voice note. Again, because they're hearing your voice, they can hear the tone, and a text message can be portrayed differently. So if I can get my voice or my face in front of someone, I'm happy.
So let me explain what, for all the listeners out there, you're saying a text message can be taken the wrong way, because it's like an email.
Yep.
When you're sending these video messages, people are catching your vibe, they're catching your enthusiasm, they're catching your tonality, and they're visually seeing that as well. But if you're reading a text or an email, the person who's the recipient, they're reading that in their mood, in their, like if I just had an argument with my partner or my kids or my bosses or whatever, and I'm reading an email from a property manager, I'm reading it in a cranky state. But if you're seeing a video that's come in from someone and it's Alicia and blah 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 blah, I don't mean to pretend to do your
No.
yeah, but
It's
it
true.
changes the emotion of the person. It impacts them to the better, and you do get your message across, and especially for new business. So well done on that, and amazing. Now that owner, right? I hope that you have now requested a 5-star Google review from that person, because they would be jumping through hoops to recommend your business to anyone right now after that.
Definitely. No, it's great. And also with the video messages, I use Inspection Express for our inspections. And at the end of the inspection, there's an option to record a 60-second video message. So every routine inspection, I'm just in the car, I just record a quick video message overviewing how the property is, because then most of my inspections are really positive, but they could say, the shower needs cleaning or something minor, and that's all the owners focus on and think it's really, really bad. Whereas I just say, oh, yep, and the shower just needed a little bit of extra cleaning, nothing major. Tenants are going to get onto that. So just they hear that versus the shower's not clean or the shower's dirty. I had a new owner call me and just raved about it. He was very, very excited, and very happy with that. So that helps BDM as well as PM.
So that's with Inspection Express, their routine ingoing, outgoing, the app. So it allows you to do videos, yeah?
So just for routine inspections, I don't think so for your entry and exits. I will check that, but definitely for your routine inspections. And because you don't see your clients regularly, once you've done your initial, BDM, you see them at the beginning, they only hear from you or see you when there's a problem, they hear from you at the end. Whereas if they can hear a positive and see a positive thing at all of those inspection points, it's great. It just keeps that positive connection.
If you're doing IGT training, Alicia, that you won't be just relying on those times. You'll be doing your no reason calls, which they are not
Yes.
a no reason, are they? They're turning everyone into a raving fan, and it certainly sounds like that you are. You're building relationships with people, right? And I love it. You are one of those people, Alicia, that when you meet you, you come away happier. So I only can imagine how your owners are feeling that way. And if they don't catch that vibe, they don't deserve your business. Okay?
Thank you.
They don't deserve to be a client of yours, because relationships build over time. And what those things that you're doing today in building those relationships, that's going to bring you more business. So, congratulations on that. Now, let's get back to these questions.
Yes.
Well done. So, okay, you've given some great insight and help in there as well. So what's working for you right now? What's in helping bring in new business? Now, you mentioned TikTok earlier, that you're on there. And can I just say, I follow a lot of influential people in my life on TikTok, not social media experts of such, but motivational speakers and stuff like that. And I do listen to podcasts on TikTok as well, because it's great. You can get some really long ones now, 10 minutes, and it's fantastic. So what's working for you?
Definitely social media in all platforms. I have really been doing a push on LinkedIn this year, which is working. And definitely people are like, we always see you in our inbox, because I love LinkedIn newsletters, because you get the LinkedIn notification, but you also get the email letting them know there's a LinkedIn newsletter. So it's a double communication. And just a lot of networking. Networking with my strategic alliances. Like that electrician that I speak to, I'm listing his house for sale. I know, my first, that's separate. I'm renting out his family's property. His dad, there's just the connection that he recommends me to everybody. I recommend him because he's great. So definitely strategic alliances, social media, and just talking to people, talking to school friends, school mums. I've got children in a lot of sporting activities. I coach the basketball team. I facilitate the soccer team. I'm on the P&C or P&F. Um, I just put my face out there. I play netball Tuesday nights. I wear my work polo, which says selling and leasing. Just put my face out there that I'm here, I'm relatable, I'm the go-to real estate agent, really.
You are a bundle of joy to listen to. You've got the hustle, okay? And last year when I opened the conference, I was doing a conference presentation on lead generation as I do, and I remember I was saying that, and no doubt you've heard some of my sessions because I've repeated this. If you're driving to work in the morning, how many red cars did you see on the road, right? And a lot of people, because red cars are one of the least likely colors that you're going to see on the road. It's really interesting.
Oh.
Maybe not in Italy where there's Ferraris everywhere, right? But in Australia, it's the least seen tone on the road. And people won't be able to say it. But now, if I say to you, I need you to go out and count how many red cars you see, you're going to identify them. Now, red cars are like leads. Your job is to identify, and you are creating the social media posts, the hustle that you're doing. So you're showing people that bring the red cards to me. I am the attraction agency as well. Now, you shared something with me prior to the podcast. This is the second take, everyone, just so you know. Prior to us doing the recording earlier, and you said that you were at a conference, you were at a 2-day lead generation event. There's people that were there that are very influential in the marketplace, in your marketplace as well, but people chose to refer business to you that were at that event. Okay. And can I just say a massive congratulations to you for doing that. People,
thank you.
Yeah, so it's great. You're doing some really good things. Property managers are noticing you around Australia, around New Zealand. So I love hearing, that you are getting those leads that's coming in. Now, what do you think's your key point of difference in your market that sets your business apart from everyone else?
I say that you get me. You get 13 years of experience. You don't get handed down to a junior staff member. You pay for the experience. You pay to have my phone number. You pay to come in and book a meeting, and I'm here. And I always give the disclaimer, at some point we will be hiring someone else.
I'm
So
glad
this
you're
will
saying.
not always be the case.
Yeah.
But even when we have other staff members, I'm still contactable. I am a very hands-on person. Always happy to grab a cuppa. Basically, you're just getting the experience. We have a lot of small agencies around us. We have a lot of big agencies around us. You get, in our agency in particular, all three of us have our diploma of real estate. All three of us, yes, I'm on my own in property management, but I'm not. I have the backup support. So yeah, it's just experience, and it's experience, particularly in property management. I'm not sure over East if it's the same, but it's really tough to get good quality property managers at the moment. They left in absolute busloads during COVID, and they're not really, I feel, re-entering the property management. We're not getting a lot of newer people. So with one of your biggest assets that's in excess of $500,000, would you trust someone with 1 year or no experience, or would you want someone who's seen a lot? I always say with court, I've been to court a lot. I try not to go. I'm not afraid to go if I have to. So just honestly, in real estate, experience means the world, because your actual certificate or your registration, I don't know anybody that actually learned anything during that. You are filling out a form. You don't learn a lot, but you learn on the job. And I usually just give stories of what I've seen and how I've overcome that, and how Hopefully we can not have that again. But if we do, I know how to fix it.
Yeah, look, there's a couple of things that you've said there that I want to help you with your scripts, right? This is the coaching me, okay?
Yeah, let's go.
So I love the fact that you said experience, and I think it's really important that you add successful experience. Okay.
Yes.
So you need to add that layer to your wording because look, I have been in the real estate industry for 16 years, but you do not want Dennis Youssef managing your property. So if I say I've got 16 years of experience, that falls flat on its head if my rival comes in and says, but Dennis has never managed a property.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but if you can turn around and say, I've got 16 years of successful experience in managing properties, but now let's back it up with a stat. Okay, and I'm doing continued training. Our office is part of the IGT membership, and I'm doing regular training with them so I can stay above and beyond my rivals. Okay, so you're adding layers to that success, to that experience, right? Because a lot of people, anyone can say I've had, combined 70 years experience. Well, what is that? Good experience or bad experience? So add success to it, add the training and the membership to it. You can add your REWA, your state body as well, and back it up with a stat of how many times your tenants are paying rent or whatever the case is, which is really good. So how are you overcoming fee-focused owners?
It depends how fee focused they are. Sometimes they just focus on one or two fees because they've been told to do that. And particularly like the management fee, I break it down to actual dollars and actual cents of what it will cost them, because everybody has in their mind that 0.5% or 1% is this thousands and thousands of dollars, when reality you're lucky if it's a couple of $100 difference over the 12 months. So just putting it into actual context, and I show why we charge this. So for like the entry condition report, I tell them what happens if you don't have it. It's a legally required document. This is the detail that we go to. We use the 360 inspections. This is why I haven't had to go to court in the last 4 years, for example. And then I also show, I took over a management from another agency. Their entry condition report is not worth the paper it's written on. And this is what this owner is going to have in the future. What you've told me, give actual statistics, actual documents. Don't just say, oh, because that's the fee. You need to show why they need to pay that, but also what pain point in the future is possible if we didn't do this. A big one locally is leasing fees. A lot of agents are reducing theirs and having it really cheap. And it's something I spoke with Darren with the other day. And I don't just say, this is what it costs to lease out your property. Well, these are the things that I am doing. We're leasing them quicker. This saves you this much rent, over the term. So to sum it up, I probably just put it into context. Instead of it being this big, scary thing, I explain that it's actually not. And this is the difference, the actual amount, or this is why we do this. We're a very fair and reasonable agency. We are there to have a profitable business, because otherwise you wouldn't be in it.
Yeah.
But we're not there to, absolutely, I can justify every single one of our fees. If I can't justify it, I won't charge it, basically.
Yeah, well done. Now, if you were to break down $250 a year, it's less than 72 cents a day.
Literally.
And when an owner can see that, oh wow, 70 cents, it changes everything. It really does. So well done on being able to back that up with the stat. I think that's brilliant. It is really good. Now, so Alicia, I'm traveling overseas soon. Okay, I've got the IGT Mastermind. As you know, what we do with the IGT Mastermind, we've got training, do a video to watch, and then we meet in a few days later and we talk about that particular topic, right? And we come together. It's amazing listening to you all having those conversations and sharing ideas. It's not just about us coaches. Now, I've got to go, and I'm about to ring you up and I say, I need you to run Mastermind next week. What topic are you going to train everyone on? What tips and advice can you pass on to the rest of our IGT masterminders? If you're in charge of a topic, what are you going to pick?
Um, Mine would
She's scratching her
be
head. Just so you know, from listening, she's scratching her head.
mine would be social media and the importance of it, but also how to do it practically in a busy world. What I do when I'm having my lulls, everybody goes through highs and lows of, of life. So what I do for that. And then I'd also talk about the over communicating and the going above and beyond and just giving real life scenarios of where I've actually done it, not talking
Yeah.
hypotheticals. So
Yep.
just real world, scenarios and
Well done.
picking everyone's brain
I think that's some.
because, yeah.
So you can continue to learn at the same time. That's some really good advice because, we see a lot of people where they get busy listing properties and they're not prospecting or doing their socials. So, being continue to be present is really important. Now, Alicia, where can people reach out to you if they want to contact you and ask you questions or obviously follow you to catch your energy as well? I just want to add something. I remember when we did the first time we met and had a conversation was at our national tour. We were in Perth, and I did the 16 things that I would do if I was starting a business from scratch. And I did talk about the red cards in that session. And I remember you coming up to me and you were one of the first people that jumped on and did TikTok after the trainings. You jumped in and just did it. You just jumped in and did it. So, congratulations. You actually implement. But I remember, you do continue to implement, and I'm sure that people are going to want to follow you. So where's the best place for people to reach you?
I'm on all the socials. Typically, I'm under West Oz Property Manager. Otherwise, if you search up Alicia McCulloch, I am sure I will come up.
I'm sure you
And in
will.
the
And I'm going to be
IGT
tagging
inner
you.
circle.
That's what I was going to say. I'm going to tag you in the inner circle as well when we post it, as I'll be tagging the little video snippets I recorded of you as well, as I do for socials. Alicia, thank you so much for being here. It's a bundle of joy catching up. Definitely when I come to Perth, we will be catching up for that coffee. And
Yes.
we may go to a bar later in the evening as well. But,
Just no more tattoos.
no more tattoos. Like you're one of the people that got the tattoos. Oh my goodness. We didn't even talk
I,
about it.
I have the biggest FOMO, and that's one of the everyone's like, let's do it, so I'm all on for it, and that's a big thing with the training and everything, and us coming over to Brisbane is I can't stand missing out and other people learning things and me being on the behind. I need to be like at the front. So yeah, but sometimes that competitiveness and FOMO results in tattoos. So
It does now. I need to explain. So last year at our conference, there was 6 people that decided to go get a tattoo on real estate because Inspired Grove Training, apparently we influence people to get tattoos. Now this year, Melissa Hickton, if you're listening, and I'm sure that you will be listening.
it was her.
She dragged in 12 or 13 people, right? And next year, she tells me her target's 20.
She'll do it. Yeah, I'm all for it. I honestly don't actually think my husband knows I've got it. He hasn't, I just haven't said anything. He hasn't noticed. So I'll just have a leg full of real estate by the end of it.
Yeah, well, look, I did say if the design was good, I may get involved.
Ooh.
But, well, it's got to be a good design. There's no way I'd be getting IGT on my arm or a house
No.
or a
We
key.
need to think in advance, not do it after we've already a few drinks down. We need to plan it in advance.
Yeah, you do. You do. And do it like, the day before a big event. You know that I'm the one that's 99% of the chance opening. So anyway, we will discuss at another time.
Yes.
Again, thank you so much. I think we could keep talking for hours, but I
Yes.
really appreciate having you on and taking time out in your day. tell Annette I forgive her for not calling me back because she gave me some of your time, okay?
I will do. I'll let her know she's off the hook.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Alicia.
Thank you.